Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we've got another episode of School's in Session for you. This coming to you from a one and only Lunatic who is part of the GrOp team. She was asking for some specific help just leading into helping out her account, as they all do, so we are going to dive in with her and take a look. Now, I hope you guys have been liking these sessions as much as I have. If you want to get involved, reach out to me in game or message me on in the comments, and we can get connected that way. And just have Discord. It's a pretty easy process. If you have Discord, we can easily get it done. Even if it's on your phone, we can help you out and obviously help you with your account if that's what you're looking for. Now, I will also precursor. All of this information is specific to a person's account. Okay. Yes, there are some things that are uniform and unanimous, right? Or you can use throughout, right? Like you can do the farming heroes, for example, everyone can kind of do. But when it comes to things like beasts, or when it comes to things like armaments, or when it comes to things like hero choices, those are all going to be personalized to a person's account. So always take that information and that advice with a grain of salt. Okay. Always, always, always. But if all that's being said, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I do. Smash the like button if you haven't. It really helps out the algorithm. Share the channel with your friends so that we can obviously get this shared out to as many people as we can. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and become a subscriber to the channel. And if you can, for only $5, you can actually help out the channel and become a member. Becoming a member gives you access to videos first, gives you fancy new emojis and icons and things like that once we finally start streaming, once I get set up, once we're able to get off of Starlink and all of that. So if you can help out the channel, go ahead, click that join button, become a member today. Other than that, we're going to jump into here. We're going to meet Lunatic. We're going to go through her account, and I hope you guys enjoy as much as I do. And with that, let's get into it. Okay, so Lunatic, welcome. What's your biggest concern? What do you have any major questions that you want, or are we going to do just like a top down?
Just the top down. Basically, just want to punch harder.
Okay. So let's take a look first. Can you do me a favor? Can you go to your heroes and let's look at what some of your heroes are and kind of explain to me what your March thought process is?
I've been working on the infantry.
Okay.
This is the strongest I have at the moment.
Okay. Do me a favor. Take your, instead of rarity, can you select by might? I want to see who is at the top. And then scroll to the top. Okay, so you got Bodala. Do you have armaments on Cynthia and Elena?
Yes. Just because I'm working on currently both on the ground. I'm just letting them grow organically. So.
Sure.
Because I've been thinking of switching Cynthia because I'm kind of bored with her for some reason.
Sure, and there's nothing wrong with putting the armaments from Cynthia and using Elena instead or Bella instead, because both of them are probably better than Cynthia. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing is, how many heroes do you have armaments on?
Just the main squad basically that I use, and Cynthia. And no.
Okay, so let's start by taking all the armaments off of all of your heroes. Let's start with that. Because this will give us an idea on what we're working with and give us an idea what kind of might we have to work with outside of armaments and stuff.
Yeah.
You got nothing on your gatherers yet? Okay, yeah, you do.
Yes. Yeah. No, I don't think there is anyone more. No.
Perfect. Oh, you got one on Daryl.
Yeah.
There's always going to be one left somewhere. There always is.
Yeah. Might as well look through them.
Yeah. I wish there wasn't so many damn heroes, though. God damn it. And they're only coming out with more. Just kidding.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I even have enough.
And they're already coming out with more, right? Okay, so so that drops our might a fair amount. But remember, what we want to be is more effective, right? So I think the biggest thing with this game that people kind of get misunderstood by is they want to be as high a might as possible. Truth be told, you kind of want to be as low a might as you can be, right? You know what I mean? You want to be as low as you can be.
Because that's one thing I noticed too. When I do battles, I drop a lot.
Well, it's because you're going to have, a decent amount's going to be your squad, right? So if you back out of here for a second, go to your profile. Show me what squads you have, your total squads. Okay, so you got tier 6. You got just under 1 million. Was that 800, 900,000, 300,000, 500,000, 170,000 cars. It's actually not too bad. You're an infantry main, right? So you're right around that million mark, which is perfect. That's good. So, I mean, ideally what you're going to be working on is just upgrading all of your tier 5s to tier 6. You are upgrading, right? You're not just building fresh ones, right?
No, I'm upgrading.
Okay, good. Good. So I'll give you a couple quick tips. I'm sure you know about TC already, but it's better, like if you're pushing for TC, it's better to build tier 5 and then train a tier 6 on training day. So build tier 5 on speed up day and then upgrade them on training day.
Oh, okay.
You end up getting more points for that overall for less speed ups.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Just a heads up. Anyways, so your squads look good in regards to your troop types, right? You're an infantry main. Let's take a look at your equipment for a second. Let's see where you are for your equipment and parts. Okay, so...
A bit spread.
A little bit spread. Yeah, I see that. Are you planning to move to riders, or are you just doing that because of before?
No, to be honest, I don't even remember I put any purple parts in there.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, no harm, no foul. Like I said, it just means that you're a little bit more balanced than, right? Gives you a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
And at your might, that's not a problem. You still have a long way to go, and getting those purples to blues or those blues to purples won't be a big deal on your infantry set anyways, and then getting them from purple to gold will really help as well. But I think your main focus now should just be obviously putting it into those infantry parts.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of be doing from now. So.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's going to take care of equipment and parts. We've taken a look at squads. Let's take a look at your marches so you can show me what you've been working with.
This is what I've basically been doing in field.
Okay.
And this is for fillers of ravis, basically.
Perfect. Okay, so you only fight with infantry in the field, right?
It before, so yeah.
Okay. So here's the toughest question that you're going to have to answer yourself, right? How much money you plan on spending on the game, or how much money you have been spending? You don't have to answer to me.
I don't really spend that much.
Right.
I don't really spend that much.
Okay, so if you're on a low spending or a free to play type mentality,
at least once a month.
Okay. So you spend a little bit, right? Not very much?
Yeah.
Okay. So then my best advice, drop your third march. Drop down to only 2, if not 1. If your top march is only, you're saying that your top march, like go to your audit for a second. Or go to whoever you want to lead your main march.
I mean, this is what I've been leading with because she's waiting. But if there is a better option,
well, Bodala Miyamoto is a good one. But what's your Bodala look like? So there's nothing wrong with running Bodala Audit. What's your Miyamoto look like? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with running Bodala Adut. It'll hit single targets pretty well. Has a little bit of AoE and decent tank.
And Badala as lead then?
Yeah, you would lead with Bodala. Yep. The awakening only, like, the only thing that the awakening is going to do, it level 60 will give you the max squads, but the awakening is going to give you the most skills. So you can still have your secondary hero at level 60, but awakened, you're still getting all of her skills. Right?
Yeah.
So that's not nearly as problematic. And the reason why you want to lead with Bodala is because if you click on the skills on the skill tree, and you look at this, or sorry, not the skills, sorry, the talent tree, and you go over to the skills side of things, and you click on the one that kind of looks like a rocket launcher.
That one.
This one here. So increases skill damage by 7.5% for 6 seconds after using a skill. So Bodala's skill is going to trigger first, then bump a Dut's skill by an additional 7.5%.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you want to lead with Bodala because the thing is Bodala's skill takes time to go off. And I don't think he's actually dealing skill damage. He doesn't actually deal skill damage. So if you lead with Miyamoto, for example, you're not getting the benefit of skillful firepower on Bodala's skills. See what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Because that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, you want to lead with Bodala over everything.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the line. You want to lead with Bodala. And I'm going to give you another bit of advice. You have 6 skill points in the skill tree that you can move into your infantry side of things. The 6 skill points that are leading up. So if you look at the one that kind of looks like a skull, the double-edged sword.
The double-edged sword, yeah.
Double-edged sword is probably, like, in my opinion, probably one of the worst ones to have. Because yes, you're dealing more damage, but you're taking more damage too. So I would never suggest it. So I would do all of the skills tree. Yeah. Follow that all the way up to 6. And then I would put the rest through the infantry tree however you play.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So whatever's going to fit your benefit. Where you want to go there, which is great. It makes it a lot tankier.
This is what somebody else said to me, that the endurance was
Endurance is good too. The problem I don't like with these ones is that it's specific to when they're less than 50%. Where if you go to the other side, for example, it's only when leading infantry squads, which is what you're going to be doing anyways. And yes, it's a 10% chance, but it's a 10% chance to reduce all damage effectively. And then that 10% goes up a lot. So reducing 20%, in my opinion, is better than the having to wait until you're 50% almost dead. But the thing is, you can even still get to that one anyways. Even if you go through it, you can still get to that one if you wanted. Depending on whether you want to go that one or if you want to go the straight attack on the left-hand side. No, yeah, you might actually be able to even get 1 point into the absolute top one if you wanted to. Or you would pick the gun one on the left-hand side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the attack one. That's still 5 points.
Yeah, so you'd probably put it into the 3 on the right-hand side. The 3, yeah, into that
this
defense. One? And then put 2 into the major skill or 2 into the attack speed, depending on what you're going to be doing more of. No, not that one. Not that one. The one above that one. Yeah, that one. You're either going to put 2 in there or you're going to put 2 in the attack speed.
Let's do this.
Yeah. So, and that's typically going to how you're going to be doing a lot of your heroes with the skills set, like the skills and then the infantry, because the infantry squad is always going to be the same. Skill tree is always the same across all types. So if you're looking at a Dut, you'll do the same thing. If you look at Miyamoto, you'll do the same thing. You know, you'll kind of stat them the same way. Typically about the same way. Some of them will do it a little bit differently, but...
No.
Yeah, see, like that one... Yeah, so that one you're getting 1 point in the absolute top, which is going to be a little bit more of a... Like, you get more of the attack, defense, and HP. But it's, I mean, it's the same type of thing. They're all going to be hitting about the same. And unless you're, like I said, a whale worrying about the top 1%, where 1 or 2% actually matters a lot, it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back and look at your marches again. Just click march and then click not mass deploy, but click create squad. I want to see what you have saved.
Huh?
Do you not
I
use
don't-
do you not
I don't
use this side very
think-
often?
No.
Okay.
I always click mass deploy.
Okay, so you've got your farming ones done. That's good.
Yeah.
Food, wood, steel, oil. That's good. Zombie, good.
Yeah. I barely even use that one.
Well, I mean, I only use it for running zombies. Right? If I'm ever just sending about zombies, I'll use it. But other than that, I use the single ones decently often, depending, because it's not just about mass deploying. Like I like to have them saved so that like if I want to jump to my garrison line quickly and send that one out, or if I want to send my rally out, you know what I mean? Like there's potential.
Yeah.
Okay, so my biggest advice is going to be, if you're going to fight those two lines, right? You can still fight Bodala. You can still go Bodala, Miyamoto, and then a Dut and Thunder, a Dut Tom. Any of those ones is good. But like Bodala, Miyamoto is good, and then picking another one, a Dut, like I said, a Dut Thunder, a Dut Tom. Either of those ones will be fine. The biggest thing is you have to ask yourself this, right? The more that you spend on the game gives you the capability of opening up more lines, because that means that you can obviously afford more armaments, you can afford more things like that. If I was giving myself advice, I would say stick to one line at a time. Get one line to at least 3 million before you start working on a second set. Okay? Because a 3 million march is still effective, right? It's still going to be effective in the field if you've got the vehicles and if you've got the beasts and if you've got things like that. So like if you're sitting here in a situation where you only have one hero awakened, like one infantry hero awakened, and Bodala is close but not there yet, and what's your Eileen look like? Yeah, so you're still we're still working on a lot of these key infantry field fighters, right?
Yeah.
If I was you, I would look at dumping everything into your one line and making sure that you take that one line as high as you can, so that when Chad's in the field, when Angel's in the field, when I'm in the field, you can fight there with us and hit with us just as hard, getting those kills without sacrificing troops to the hospital and aid station.
Yeah.
Right? So if I were you, I would look at having maybe even one line to fight with, and have the other ones doing your filling, because you're still going to have infantry garrisons that you have to fill. You're still going to have rider garrisons and rallies that you'll have to fill, right? So there's other things that you'll have to do with those ones anyways. But focus on having one line that just punches like a donkey. So if we look at doing something like that, then let's go to your Bodala for a second. And let's look at his armaments. And just go quick equip for a second. I just want to see what the best of your best does. Okay, so your best of your best, are you back out here? Let's see, his overall might is just under 3 million, right?
Yeah.
And that'll hit 3 million once you replace both of those purple parts.
Yeah.
Right? So once you get those purples out of there, you'll be able to raise him to 3 million. And a great way to be able to do that and get rid of those purples is to demolish the other ones you have and spend them into the parts that you need. Like once you have one of those, yeah,
kind of working on this to get that up so I can exchange that with a purple.
Oh, for sure. You always want to keep working on your superbs. But even your Viper chest rig, right? If you go to your Viper chest, you get that to a 3-star, which only takes 1, 2, 3, 4 copies, right? So 5 copies totally gets you to a 3-star.
Yeah.
Is already going to be stronger than your other vest. And if we go here and if we look at it this way, right? So this is your best set. Go to your pants for a second. I want to see what you have there. So you're already right? You're already at a point where that's going to be close to being stronger than your other ones here anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll be able to swap those over. And pardon me, if we're working on one set now, This means that all the other armaments that you have, like these other purples, you can demolish, use those coins to get your better fragments, to get the better parts, and start working on building up those golds.
Yeah.
Because that's going to determine. Purples, in my opinion, especially when you're trying to fight in the field at our caliber, Lunatic, you have to realize, right? We're an elite.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And you're doing really well at that level, but if you want to maintain doing that, and if you want to keep punching, your purples aren't going to be good enough. So we have to look at sacrificing some things in order to building those up. So let's look at equipping out some of your top, like your main lines, and then seeing what we have extra, seeing what we have left. So we've got Bodala, right? Let's look at one ranged hero, just one ranged hero. Whoever your favorite ranged is. Yeah, let's go there. But instead of quick equipping, I want us to go through each of the parts, and I only want us to equip the superbs. Because here's the thing.
Yes.
Are you ever going to use Lewis in the field?
I've been just for the fun of it, but no, I shouldn't.
That's the answer. It's not that you can't, and no one's saying you shouldn't, and no one's saying have less fun, and it's not fun to run 5 marches. But let's also understand one thing very clearly. Running 5 marches is the most expensive way to play this game. You're going to use more resources, more speed ups, and you're going to lose more overall of the main troops that you want. When you fight with Lewis in the field, you fill your hospital with ranged troops. Then when you fight with your infantry, now you have ranged troops in the hospital, your infantry goes to the aid station. So I agree, it's so much fun, but we need to be smart. So, as I've always said, right? Play smart, grow strong, stay lifted. Yeah. In order to do that, we need to think. So if you're not planning to fight with him in the field, and all of your ranged and riders are used for one thing, which is filling rallies and garrisons, right? They're fillers. Yeah. We understand that. Then the only thing we should be focusing on saving is the superbs. Because there will be a time eventually, right, where you may end up needing it, and you may end up having the superbs, right, over time as you collect them randomly. And there will be a time when your infantry is maxed out, but there's no sense in keeping any of these additional parts. Don't worry about those. We'll go over those in a second. And if you have, so you have no superbs, that means that all of your ranged can be broken down effectively. And this is, again, comes down to you. All of your ranged armaments can be broken down into the nuts and bolts that you need to go into your armament store every week and get the fragments and honing chips that you need to make your sets good. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's go to Cynthia or whoever. Put Bella or Elena, whoever your top or your favorite rider is. I don't care.
I mean, Cynthia is more developed than the rest of them.
Who cares? Her damage is poo-poo.
Yeah.
The only thing that's good about Cynthia is her speed. Your Bella at that ranking would outdo your Cynthia. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
So let's look at her armaments. See if you have any superbs for the riders. Hey, look, you got a helmet. Let's see what else you have. Look, you got the boots. Level 1 star even. Jesus. And the pants. Yeah. So it's like you're working on the important things that you need for your riders. You don't have to put anything else on there. Because again, even for your riders, you're not going to be using them very much, right? You're only using them, especially now we're using them to fill rallies. Like it's even for myself. I'm using them a lot more to fill rallies and garrisons now than I ever used them for anything else before. Yeah. Right? So we've got your main infantry march. We've got what you have for superbs in your ranged. You got what you have for superbs in your riders. Now let's look at outfitting your farmers. Have you put armaments on your farming heroes? No, not those. She's not a farmer. Oh, Maxine's a farmer. Never mind. I thought it was Peggy. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Check that. Check my privilege.
I mean, that's basically what I have.
Okay. Show me your backpack for a second. Let me see what you have for fragments. For armaments fragments.
Come on.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to worry about those ones. I was worrying about more the chests that you had at the top.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna give you some advice, because when it comes to your gatherers, you don't really have much equipment, but I will tell you the ones that you
No.
can get rid of because they're totally
Yeah.
useless. Click on Maxine for a second.
Okay. Done.
Click on the goggles. The purple ones. So you can either keep the gold ones and keep working on them, or just put the gold ones on your steel gatherer and get rid of the other ones.
Yeah.
Right? The idea is that you want to, because you have your farming heroes already set up. You have your farming marches set up, right?
Yeah.
Do you actually use them, or do you still just let the game choose for you?
No, I actually use them.
Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to outfit those 4, or technically you'll have 5 gathering marches. You want to outfit those 5 gathering marches with their specific gathering armaments. Okay?
Yeah.
And those specific gathering armaments are quite simple. So there's the headgear, for example, is steel. The vest, if you could click on the vest. The one that you have there, the forward jacket, you can put a forward jacket on every single gatherer because it's got squad load.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can put that one on every one of your gatherers. If you click on the backpack, you can put not that backpack, but there's a backpack that does wood load or wood speed and squad load. You can either put that just on your wood gatherer, or you can put it on everybody because it's got squad load.
Yeah.
The pants, you have a copy for the oil. That's the one you're going to put on your oil gathering leader. And it's already at a 10%. It's already at a 1 star, so you put that on your oil gathering leader. Go to your boots. The farming ones, the rubber ones, go on your food gathering speed, and the other ones you can demolish because they are totally useless. You don't need to arm Russell, because Russell, like for fighting zombies, it's literally almost like a moot point. The amount of experience you get for killing zombies is very small, right?
Yeah.
So like it's almost a moot point by comparison, and you can use the 600 chips that you get from that towards something else.
Yeah.
So you put those boots on the other one, and then if you go to the gun, let's see if you have the what's it called?
Wait.
Yeah, and you got the shovel. So you put a universal shovel on every hero as well, on every gathering hero. So every gathering hero should have a shovel, a backpack, and a vest. Okay?
Yeah.
And then each of them should have their specific other one. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then once you do that, you can obviously increase your farming, because farming is super important. You want to update that as much as you can. But here's the thing. Once you have those set up, in my opinion, the only purples that you ever want to build are the farming, gathering purples that you want. And focus everything else that you can into getting those golds, getting that gold that you need to replace those purples on your Bodala. Now, we can argue and we can say whether purples are important to you getting a second march, but even in Fearless, with what we would fight in Fearless, like the reason we fight in Elite because it's got better matchmaking. In Fearless, you have way worse competition. Yes, you have technically a lower skill cap. You'll see a lot more smaller players, but you see a lot more stronger players there as well. So we're still looking at what's going to be the most balanced, right? And it's going to be the same here. So those purples, as much as we like to have them and work on them, and it's good to have them 5-star, even if you go look at your Bodala for a second, and let's look at one of your 5-star purples and see what the max that 5-star purple is providing. So click on 233,000 might.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's really not very much that it's providing.
No.
right? So we want to get that replaced ASAP. Now, I do notice something else here. Click on that middle device, the gathering device that you have, and unequip that, please.
Yeah.
So you have how many devices in total that are that one? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
Perfect. Guess what? You're going to put one on each of your
For the
gathering
farming.
heroes. It's right.
Yeah.
And instead of that one there, put a mask. Because you've got a bunch of masks instead. And you can combine your masks to give him at least one 5-star mask.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
You don't have to do that now.
do that one and more.
Because again, this is a lot to think about, and this is just my opinion, right? So this is the way that I would do it if I was in your shoes, but you have every right to not do it that way, right? To not delete
I just need new ones.
Right? If you don't want to listen to my advice, that's totally up to you as well. I just think that the best way to look at it is to how to be as strong as you can at your might without spreading yourself too thin. Right?
Yeah.
So, that's how I would deal with that. And now once we have you've got what you have available for your farming. So put those other ones that you have on your other farmers. Let's look at your food one because you have the boots. So look at Sarah.
Where is?
There she is, level 40. You can put the boots on her. I mean, don't put the boot to her because she's cool, but you know. You can put the vest on her too because you didn't put the vest on the other oil gathering. And then a machine. Yeah. Do you have any that are specific to food that have any food ones on it, or have you honed them all for fighting?
No, there is none specific.
Okay. So this will be a great place for you to put all of your blue honing chips. I use all my blue honing chips specifically on my farmers, and then my rare hones I put on my fighters. That's how I'll typically do it, just to be more... Because the blue hones don't give you anything really good, so I'm not really too concerned.
Yeah, no.
Okay, now go to the steel dude. Alexander Sokolov. Put on the glasses. Now here's where you have a choice. You can either stick with purples, because purples are fine for gathering. I think that they're going to provide you enough. I don't think you really have to worry about working on a gold set. But a gold set's obviously going to provide for a better outcome overall. So it's totally up to you.
Yeah, I'm equipping it.
Perfect. And then go to the wood dude. Oh yeah, she needs a device.
I need to remember 16. I had this.
Mr. Jeremy does wood. Yep. I think he just gets a device. You don't have the backpack for him.
No.
That's okay. You'll get it eventually. And what I would suggest doing is to balance them as equally as you can. So if you look, for example, you have a level 2 shovel on your oil girl on Maxine.
Yeah.
So if you go to that one for a second, I want to see, I don't know if you've honed it or anything. Maybe not, probably not. If you haven't, well, what you can do is you can break that one down back to its original 2 shovels. And then you can put 1 shovel on her and then 1 shovel on somebody else to get a little extra gathering speed balanced around.
Okay, so I should unequip this one.
Yeah, unequip that one and let's see what it looks like. So go to your bag for a second. I'm sure you've done this before, right? You've broken down armaments like that? Not broken down like dismantled, but reset.
No, just dismantled.
Okay, so go click on the shovel. and I want you to click the reset button. Okay. So what this basically does is it will return it back. So it basically splits it up into all of the armaments that you get. And now you get 2 fresh shovels instead. And that will actually also...
Something new.
Well, the cool part about this is it'll actually also hone in 2 random hones for each one. So if you're working on trying to set up your hone, like, because you obviously want your first hone to be, I mean, you want to save yourself some hones, right? And this is all a free experience. So if you build up, you can basically build up your like on those other devices that you have, you can build up to those level 5s, you can break them all down, get 10 new ones, and basically try to free hone the original starting one that you want on each one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you don't get anything good on any of them, you just combine them all up and dismantle and then reset again. And then just make sure that you've got the other devices on Maxine. I don't know if we put a device on her again. No, you didn't put a device on her.
No, I didn't. Come on. There. And now I have 1 device left.
And we're going to put that on the green old man.
The crazy old man?
Yep. Crazy Dr. Andrew Morrison. Yeah, put that on him. Because your 5th line is going to be him and the back alley doctor.
Yes. Yeah, I will fix that after.
Yeah, you can do it after. It's no big deal. So now let's go to your bag for a second, and we're gonna look at what you have available. Now go to your armaments. And here's the thing. Everything that is not infantry, okay? I'm going to suggest keeping all of your infantry. But everything that is not infantry, oh, we did miss one. Go to your favorite overall hero. Or leader hero, sorry. Like Bianca or Claude.
I was planning to get him.
Okay, so now go to Claude's armaments. Because you have 3 of the superbs. So go ahead and click and equip the 3 superbs that you have for those ones. Yeah, and the boots. Okay, now you got those equipped.
Yeah.
So back out. Go to your bag, go to your armaments, scroll down. Everything that is not infantry, okay, everything that is not infantry, you can dismantle. And if I were you, I would dismantle. There's an all button at the top.
Oh, okay.
And you click that and it will go. Now, before you do anything, scroll up. And let's make sure that we don't have any of the ones highlighted, or we can select the ones that, because you have some that are locked here, right? So if you go down, and it won't select these ones, so scroll down. But you've got some of these purples that you have that are locked, and you have them locked because they're leveled up.
Yeah.
Right? So let's scroll down, because you still have some that are like the rider ones, right? Riders and ranged. You can unlock those ones and add them to the list. This is going to give you hones back too. It's going to give you bolts back as everything else. So you can unlock those ones and then just click on them and add them to the list. Now,
should I take this mask also?
The masks you're going to keep. All of the devices you're going to keep. Those ones will be fine. But the purples, specifically the purples, like you can even get rid of that other helmet that you have there too, because you're not going to need that purple helmet. Keep all your devices. Make sure that those are all good. Those are all selected. That's fine. We're good. Now we go up and we look at everything in your gold that is not equipped, because we've equipped the heroes that we need to equip, right?
Yeah.
All of the rest of this stuff is literally fluff and extra stuff that's in your bag that's increasing your rating, but doing nothing for you. Now look, we're already looking at 6,100. This is 6,100 frags. I mean, think about it. This is time where we could have had all of these extra parts going back into the frags that we wanted. We could have had our three extra copies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now don't forget, keep your infantry ones. Don't accidentally do those ones.
I think I left them.
Yeah, and we were just coming up to them. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't click on them next. Because I know what it's like to get into a swing of things when you're like unlock and select and unlock. Oh no, too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest you have is infantry. You've got your infantry stuff. The rest is equipped. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, if I were you, I would bulk dismantle. Take all of that extra stuff. Now go to your exchange shop. And for the next foreseeable future, every single week, you're going to buy out all of your helmet frag choice boxes.
This one.
Yep, buy them all. You're going to buy all of the Stego helm frags. Or whichever helmet is available. Do not buy the welding helmet frag. In my opinion, it's probably the worst one. I don't ever buy the helmet frag. I think it's useless. And then, hold on. There is one more thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're going to want to start working on the Stego helm anyways. Because in my opinion, the welding helmet is not the better one. The Stego helm is better because it provides overall defense, which is going to provide counter damage defense as well. And the problem is it's counter damage you're only receiving like as you're attacking someone. Do you know what I'm saying? So like you're only getting counter damage from one source. And then buy your honing chips. Don't forget your honing chips. But just the red ones, just the rare ones. Don't buy your blue ones. That's a waste. Okay, so those 3 or 4 things. And I say 3 or 4 because every week this will rotate. This time we're doing helmet. Next time I think is guns maybe. I don't remember exactly what the rotation is.
That's what I've been noticing too. I have different on all my accounts.
Yeah, it rotates random. It rotates throughout a cycle, and I think each account is different based on when it starts or whatever. So I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But you're going to buy, effectively, you're going to buy the infantry-specific ones every single week until you run out. And now you're going to dump everything into doing those infantry to make sure you get your infantry march, right, up as high as you can, leveled as high as you can. If you get it above 3 million, now we can start working on another set. But here's something else I want you to do. Go back to your heroes for a second, and let's pick your next best infantry hero that you want to start working on outside of Bodala and Adut. Because Bodala and Adut are on a line. You don't have to worry about that. It's Bodala and Adut, or is it Bodala and Maimoto? What did you want? I mean, you're free to move it around as you want. I mean, Bodala leading, and then you can have Adut if you're just going one. You can put Maimoto if you want to have AoE. You can put Eileen if you want to have AoE. No problems. It all is cohesive. But let's go to your second favorite infantry hero. Pick one.
I mean, it's been Adut, so.
Okay, go to Adut then. It's fine. We're basically gonna put your superbs on, and equip you superbs on her that you have for the infantry set. Because this way it gives you an idea on where they're going. They're not gonna get accidentally put out anywhere. You'll have an easy place to see what they're doing.
Yep, I don't have any more there.
Okay, perfect. So this gives you your effective might, right? This is effectively where we are right now is at your lowest might and lowest rating that we can get without doing beasts yet. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good setup. And like I said, you're going to be leading with Bodala, but you have options on whether you want to go with Adut co-leading, Maimoto co-leading, even Eileen co-leading. You get Claude up there, you can put Claude co-leading. There's lots of other options, right?
Yeah.
But ideally, you're going to be, in my opinion, you should be fighting with one march at a time until you get it up to 3 million. Once you get it up to 3 million, then start working on that second set. Right? Second set of legendaries up to 3 million. Once you get that one, you should have your first one up to about 4 million by that time, at which point you can start looking at a third. But you don't want to stretch yourself too thin because, like I've told everybody, one person with 3 marches at 2.5 million is still going to lose to one person who has 1 march at 4.5 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the trades will still be a loss, even though you're bringing 3 times as many troops, and your costs will be higher.
Yeah.
So especially if you're a low spending player, you want to be as efficient with your resources as we can. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we all good so far? Any questions or concerns that we've come across?
No.
Okay. Do you have any deeper questions that you want answered that you haven't had answered before yet?
No, I think you explained it very well.
Perfect. So let's jump into beasts, and let's see a little bit of what we're doing there so that we have an idea on kind of what your top is. Now, I assume most of this is just letting it grow organically, correct?
Yeah.
Have you dumped any extra resources into picking out which beasts you want and anything like that?
Yeah, some of them.
Okay. So which ones are you going for? What's your focus?
I mean, I've been focused on 3 of them. It's basically the ones I want. I need to look at the master plan. So the penguin, the rhino, and that one.
Okay, so the pangolin,
So
the rhino, basically the top 3 that you have here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. If you're willing to do this with me, we're gonna go do one more thing. Okay. I want you to disconnect your beasts from all of their supports and take off all their chips.
Yep. Wait.
Yeah, and then take off all their chips. Oh, you got them all hooked up.
That's just been fillers.
Have you you've combined all of your other copies and stuff though, right? It's not like you have multiple copies of stuff.
There is some that no, I think I combined them all. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
You can see what was there on the clip.
Now, the chips, I'll be entirely honest, this is probably the only part where I would actually suggest. Hi, Rumi. Sorry, I just had a cat jump up on my shoulder. This would be the only time I would suggest keeping your blues until you have them replaced, because your blue chips still have value. As much as I hate them and you get so many of them and they're kind of crappy, they still have value until you get them because they still are counted for your co-leading beasts as well. However, every chip that you have equipped adds to your might, right?
Yep.
So we also want to be careful on who we're equipping for all of those, all that extra might that we're bringing. Good. Nothing on your blues and greens. That's good. So let's back out for a second. There, we've dropped another 2 million might. So let's go to your beasts. And let's look at, so these top 3 that you have here are your top 3 based statted currently as your 3 strongest, right? Which are the 3 that you've been leading with? Your pangolin, your Gale Draco, and your rhino.
Yeah.
Now, there's 3 ways to think about this. Okay? How many marches do you have to deal with now?
Well, technically one.
Right. So in reality, we just like we're working on one march at a time in regards to our armaments and heroes and everything else, we're going to be working on two beasts at a time. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
For a march, you need both your beasts. You do. You need your lead beast and your co-lead beast, and they both need to be totally chipped up.
Yeah.
Okay? So not only do you need two beasts, you need 16 chips. And if you're running multiple marches, if you were running 3, that means you need 6 beasts and 36 chips. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot more.
Yeah.
And for a low spending player, that becomes pretty insurmountable, like pretty difficult to maintain. So from here, what I would look at doing is pairing your 2 top beasts together, your Pangolin and your Gale Draco, and then equipping both of them with the best chips that you have. Well, let's look at your chips individually. So go to your brain first. Okay, put your best chip there. Go to your right leg or left leg. Yep, best chip there. Purple is better still. Yeah, purple is better still. Okay, now go to your Gale Draco. Nice, you have a nice gold. So go to your other ones first. Go to your right leg or your left leg. So you've got all 3. Put on the matching set. No. Go to your left leg. And put on the matching set that's matched to the left arm. Yeah,
that one.
That's the one. Now go to your right arm and put on the one that's going the other way, because that's the one you have for your leg, right? No.
This one?
Yeah, put on that sword, because I believe you have that one for your leg as well. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then put on your spine. Perfect. You even have the matching spine. Okay, so why is this so important? Why am I excited for what we've done here? Do you understand how the arrays work?
Somewhat.
Okay.
I'm more struggling of when I get one of them right, then I can't get the secondary to get right.
Right, because here's the thing: you need to have
taking
4.
away from that one.
Well, you just need to have 4 of the same. If you want the secondary buff, you just need to have 4 of the same one. So if you look at the Gale Draco right now for a second, we're taking advantage of 2 different arrays. Look at her chips. Actually, technically, we're taking advantage of 3 different arrays. No, not the attributes, the chips. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're taking advantage of 2 different 2-piece arrays, and then your brain and spine also has its own array. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you level up your brain and spine chip, and if I were you, I would be dumping your, anytime you're getting, especially since this is what you've been given so far, this is what I would put into leveling up.
Yeah.
Right? So because you have them already, so put them into leveling up your brain and your spine chip. If you're getting gold fragments, put them into leveling up your brain and your spine chip here. Because that'll help. Yeah. That'll help either way. You can lead with that one. You can co-lead with that one. Even leading with that one in the field won't be a bad idea, right? So, so from here we've got your brain and spine is connected, and then we've got technically 2 of the other piece arrays. Once you get the other 2 matching arrays, do you see what I'm saying? Like once you get the other 2, whether it's the charge chip or the flame, I think those are the different names because this is for grass. But whether you get the next 2, whether you get these 2 here to be the same as what you have on the right-hand side, right? Like if you go to the bottom left for a second, show me your left foot for a second. Do you have the other one that's matching there? No, the other side? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have the third. You have a third piece. All you need to do now is get the fourth piece in your left arm.
You're talking about this
Yeah.
one?
So if you equip that one,
Yeah.
it's so here's the problem. Yeah. So we have equipped it, and unfortunately, what that does, and this is the only reason why I want you to equip the other one right now, for now, because it's going to provide more buffs for you.
Yeah.
Because once you get the left arm piece to be the same matching array, you'll trigger the 4-piece array defender module, which provides you with a huge amount of bonus. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So once you get that other piece, then you can equip both of them. But until then, let's take advantage of the 2-piece array bonus and put in that top one instead. Yeah, equip that one instead. So this is going to provide you now with a bonus 50 crit. And if you click on your right leg, your other one is providing you a bonus 50 counter.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're increasing both of those stats to the best of your abilities right now. But once you get your left arm part that will match this bramble chip, right? You see what I'm saying with the sword?
Yeah.
Then you'll equip both of those other two and you'll get the 4-piece defender module bonus. And then you can start working on leveling those up because those 4-piece arrays really are beneficial. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we're outside of that, let's back out for a second. Yeah, let's back out again. And realize that effectively, every other blue chip that you have is kind of moot. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I would still suggest equipping some, because your top 10 hero or your top 10 beasts are the ones that are going to be, are the only ones that get nailed with chips for the value of their chips, right?
Yeah.
So I would look at working on, because you're eventually going to need them anyways. You know, eventually having, 5 marches or 4 marches or 3 marches is important. So still having those beasts as they level up is good.
Yeah.
But I would look at keeping only the purples on those other lines. Just like how we've done in the armaments, we're looking at keeping only golds, right? All the purples are now being used for farming. Well, this would be a situation where all the blues are going to be going away and all the purples are what we're going to be saving. So if you go to this guy, only equip the purples that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, go to your next one. And equip just the purples that you have. Because the thing is, you're still going to use multiple marches for different events, right? Like, you still have to use beasts for, like, your arena and stuff like that. Like, you're still going to use them for things like that.
Yeah.
Right, so we still have to be a little bit aware of those types of things. But we also understand that, like, I understand, for example, in my arena, I'm going to put 5 infantry marches. Or I'm going to put 3 infantry marches and then 1 of each of the other ones, knowing that my Rileys and my riders and garrisons aren't going to be doing much. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, in this situation, you can equip whichever one, because these ones are all space fillers. We're basically just kind of filling out what we can in purples. If you have a ton of purples, that's great. But it's just going to give you kind of an idea on what you're going to be working on. And effectively, you're going to be working on, all of the purples that you can, because it gives you the most amount of capabilities.
Yeah.
I think you still had some more purples there too. Yeah, you had a lot in your greens.
Right.
I mean, you can go
Is
through
this
and
one?
no. Sorry, on your green one, on the Gale Draco that you were looking at next, or the Draco that you were working on.
Oh, yeah.
You've been lucky enough to get a lot of green stuff.
Yeah.
Do you select the green one when you're going through like the beast event that we're going through now?
Basically, I did before because that was the main thing I was working up, because that was the only one that I actually could get to fit with all three attributes.
Yeah.
So I try to balance that one out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Um, but that was the other reason that I didn't get it fully right, due
Mm-hmm.
to when I take it away from one and try getting right on both, it takes away from the other one. So
Yeah, so I mean that's why I say I'm like a staunch believer, like keep your purples, work on your purples, because your purples are the ones that really matter. They're the ones that have the arrays and stuff and do that and do extra damage and do extra bonus. But it's also
yeah,
why I'm a heavy believer on working on only on as many marches as you have available. If you're only running one march, which I think most people should be looking at doing in the field, or one at a time type thing, depending on what their might and stuff is. It's really one of those situations where it's the same, right? We want to hyper focus as much as we can, as much of our resources, because everything else that we have is either fragments for armaments, fragments for beasts, or fragments for chips that we're not using to our actual benefit. And I think
yeah.
that's
Now
the
I'm
biggest
just
thing.
filling out the purple ones here.
Yeah, exactly. And
The
then we'll
list.
finish out thin out the purples, thin out the blues, give us a bunch more stuff that we can use.
Mm,
Because remember that beast thing resets every single week too, right?
yeah, I know how much purple some. Okay. No, yeah, there was one. I think that's it of the purple ones. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy those. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I can. Yeah. And now the fun part. Yeah. Wait, did I pick blue ones? Uh, yeah, we didn't have any other ones. I'm gonna leave them on there, or I'm just gonna see so I didn't. Um, Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I just realized I was muted a little bit there, so people are going to be a little bit disappointed for some of that good information. But that's okay. That's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically from there, we're just going to take all of the information that we can from those beast fragments, from those chips, and dump them back into the chips that you can. So if you're looking at grass, or now that you have that physical beast is still on your number one, if you get physical next week or whatever comes next week, that's what you're going to want to dump into and use your dust for. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what I would also suggest doing, because the game is going to be lucky enough to give you things as you grow, right? It'll give you levels and stuff as you grow.
Yeah.
What I would also suggest doing is once a month, maybe once every couple of months, after your beasts have done some growing, unequip all your beasts, unequip all your chips, unequip everything, and see where what your top beasts are, and then you can pair them together from there again. Right? Because if all of
Yeah.
a sudden the game turns around and gives you a whole bunch more fragments for a different beast, right, that might end up being your next co-leader. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
it just might be the case. So if that's the case, you can do that every couple of months or whatever, just to make sure that you're still on the par. And then, like I said, once you have your hero up to 3 million, you're going to start working on our next March. Well, you're going to start working on your next two beasts. So you'll go to your next two strongest and pair them from there.
Yeah.
And once you add multiple marches, it's going to determine on how you pair your beasts together, because the actual pairing of them doesn't really matter as much. What matters is like the attributes that you're getting from it. So the chip, like I said, the chips really
Yeah.
play a big part, right? So what I've done with other people and what I would suggest doing is, however many marches you have, let's say you have one march, let's say you have 3 marches, so you need the top 6 beasts, right? Unequip everything,
Yeah.
take your top 6 beasts and match them counterintuitively. So, or not counterintuitively, but like counter their numbers. So match your strongest beast, your strongest first, with your 6th weakest. You see what I'm saying? Your 2nd with your 5th, and then your 3rd and your 4th, so that your beasts are more balanced in the field once you're doing multiple marches. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's really what it's going to be, because that's your beast march. That's your beast setup. That's your armament setup. That's your march setup. You know which heroes to work on. You're working on Bodala, Miyamoto, Eileen. All great choices. Right?
Yeah.
Eileen, I think, is going to be one of those heavier hitters that I think most people should be focusing on now. Especially if you have, if you got Bodala close, finish Bodala off, obviously. But then I think Eileen would probably be your best bet after that.
Yeah.
Awaken Bodala and then switch to Eileen, because Eileen is a super hard hitting hero, especially if you're using one march at a time. She's going to hit way harder than what Audit does.
Yeah.
Okay, but again, let things go as you have. You have a decent line with Bodala Audit anyways, and you have a lot of flexibility because you still have Miyamoto that's still up there pretty okay, so you can still do Bodala Miyamoto if you needed to for more area of effect damage. Right, all that kind of stuff. You have a lot of kind of flexibility in that. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's really about it. You've got an idea on where you're going with heroes. You've got an idea on where you're going with armaments, right? Which ones to refill, which ones to replace. When it comes to hones, let's take a look at your actual hones. Let's see if there's any that we need to take a look at replacing or changing. So go to Bodala and let's look at his armaments. His helmet. Good. Squad block, infantry attack, and lethality. That's good. Go look at this gun. Squad lethality, attack, and block. Good. Your boots. Infantry squad. You've got rally attack on there. You could probably get that one. Yeah, absolutely. Look at your backpack.
And the garrison there.
Oh, that's a hard one to get rid of. So here's my opinion on that. Keep it until you've unlocked it 5-star. Okay? Because regardless of what happens, you still have to garrison at home. Worst case scenario, you still have to garrison at home. So worst case scenario, you get attacked at home, you're getting the benefit of the garrison attack. Because chances are you'll have Bodala on your line because he's one of your top heroes, right?
Yeah.
So in that situation, it's okay to keep until you have him fully unlocked. Same with the garrison counter damage that you have there.
Yeah.
Right? And then the secret to honing, if I can give you the best advice to honing, is to pick the lowest value on all of your on all of your gold equipments, and then use that one, and then do that one first. Right? So if you look at your backpack, for example, like here you've got an infantry squad lethality at 50. You're not going to be touching that. Go to your boots. You're going to be hitting these ones first. Like your infantry squad attack and defense at 2.7 and 2.8. You're going to get rid of those ones, after you get rid of a rally attack. You get rid of rally attack, then you get rid of these two lower ones, right?
Yeah.
And you just kind of do it that way, so you'll get more impact, right? You'll increase him faster, which will give you more capabilities to move on to your next one faster. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like I said, once you get him above 1 million or 3 million, which he's already close, you can start working on that second set, which you kind of already are.
Yeah.
Right? Like we have some of the other parts that we're filling in. We've got superbs on a DUT. Right? So we're kind of already working on that second set. Oh, you can switch in your helmet now too. Or not switch it in, but you can upgrade your helmet now too.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that.
But other than that, I think you've got a pretty good setup. I mean, you're on the right path. You've obviously got the right mentality and things for it. I literally think you're just like, it's just working on the things that you're working on now, and I think you'll be hitting a little bit harder. Right? Give it a couple of weeks or whatever, or give it a month. Spend some more time getting some more of those fragments and get those, I think you're going to be doing really, really well. You're going to still put your other helmet on for now, yeah. But get another star in your Sego helm, and you'll be able to start building that one up, and I think that one will do a little bit better for you, because your infantry squad defense will do better than just your counter damage taken.
Yeah.
And they both provide squad blocks, so it'll be fine either way. And then once you replace it, again, you're already working on your secondary set, right? Because you can still collect welding helmet parts. And it'll still do better than nothing, right? So it's still good there as well.
Yeah.
So it'll just mean that as soon as you get to 3 million, you'll have that capability to start focusing on that secondary march and then use as you need from there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't know what else you need. I think we've kind of gone over everything. This has kind of been a top-down. I mean, we've looked at
one thing.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to find a building. Of course. I've done it like this so far.
Okay.
I have 150 of those. Should I put them elsewhere, or should I keep using them on the infantry?
So what I would suggest doing is getting your infantry to level 10, getting both infantry to level 10, and then look at awakening your other ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you get your infantry to level 10, you can get your other 4 and unlock them to tier 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you get them unlocked to tier 3, I would suggest moving your infantry up to level 15 and then move everything else up to level 5 or level 10, depending on how you want to go from there.
Yeah.
But you want to get your infantry kind of up as high as you can. Kind of as quick as you can, because that's going to be doing the most effective for your fighting. Yes, there is validity to upgrading the other ones because they provide the barrage effect, right? They provide protection and the other one. But because you're doing all your fighting in infantry, that's where all of your infantry is focused. You want to have that kind of as high as you can, right? As high as you can afford. So get it to level 10, then you can awaken the other ones to level 1 in tier 3.
Yep.
Okay. And are you going to stick with tier 5 cars or are you going to build tier 1 cars?
Been starting to build T1s.
Perfect.
Just to get it lower.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing too. I've just effectively done that and deleted all of my tier 5 and tier 6 cars. So I just effectively did that too, and I'm at 100,000 tier 1 cars is enough to do 5 nodes, like 1 oil, 1 food, 1 food, 1 wood, 1 steel, and 2 oil. I can do with 100,000 tier 1 cars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's perfect. But other than that. Okay, so if you got nothing else, no other questions or concerns, I think that's going to be it for this session. I think we've done pretty well. Now, with all that being said, folks, this is going to wrap up another episode of Schools in Session. I want to thank you all for joining us. With that being said, like we've talked about, if you haven't already, smash the like button. Comment down below what your favorite tip and a trick was. I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and if you can, go ahead and click that join button and become a member today. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.
3, 2, 1, let's go.